we have seen over the last year, very aggressively, might I add, that publishers, especially Ubisoft, have decided that we don't own anything. We don't deserve any of the rights that we have as consumers to play and do whatever we want with the software that we purchased. We've seen this with Sony. We've seen this with Nintendo. We've seen this with EA. Now Ubisoft enters the fray. And if you guys forgot, Ubisoft actually entered this conversation 2 generations ago. So let's talk about it. Ubisoft's first forte inside of digital ownership conversation that we're having today is back on the PlayStation 3. You guys may remember it. We are talking about Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, not the remaster that got re-released on current consoles and previous consoles, but we're talking about the original on the PlayStation 3. If you guys did not know about the fiasco, apparently Ubisoft lost a license agreement for Scott Pilgrim, that popular film that came out with Michael Cera in them. Ubisoft decided that since they lost the license, they were going to pull the game from the storefronts. And we had a major thing where people were scalping and selling their PlayStation 3 at an exorbitant price because you had Scott Pilgrim and no one else could have it. Then we move on to companies like Konami with PT, and then we start going down that rabbit hole. But who started this whole conversation, like I said previously, it is Ubisoft. With this single move that they have pulled, basically it confirms every person who, or enthusiast I should say, that uses emulators for preservation, it proves them right. We are getting to the point where games that have online aspects, we can't preserve these games. Ubisoft just illustrated this perfectly. You have this sort of MMO game that, that they wanted to create iterations of almost, 1 to 2 years out. And now that they have now moved on past what they were working on with the crew. And then now they want you to get to crew Motorfest and then start deleting servers. And then on top of that, just kick you while you're down. We are going to revoke keys. So you spent $60. You probably spent more on some cosmetics or microtransactions within the game. And hey, there's no judgment here. But you spent all this money. They don't give you a refund. And then you see this message.
You no longer have access to this game. Why not check the store to pursue your adventures?
Then you wonder why many of us, gamers, developers, and all that stuff like that, find solace in sites like G2A. Or at this point, you are literally making the argument for sites like Penky or Penky or Penguin, whatever it is, CD Key, all those sites that have keys and even emulation. You make this argument for it that if I own the software, I should be able to play it on whatever, on anything, within the context of, the law and all that other stuff like that. But you enable me to the point that it is not valuable to go to the legitimate developer to purchase the game because you've given me so many obstacles. And even when I purchase it, at any point you can pull such game and I don't have any access to it anymore. Look at all the great games on the PlayStation 2 that we don't have on modern hardware. Look at all the fantastic games that you can find on the Game Gear. The Game Gear, the GameCube, the Dreamcast. Many of those games are locked. You can't get them anymore. You can't find them anymore. If you do, you have to pay thousands of dollars just for you to be able to enjoy a couple hours of the game. And then then these developers want to make things even harder, and then they shut down everything after you've paid an exorbitant amount of money. And then what do you got? You got Gugats. Nothing for your hard work, nothing for the money that you've poured into stuff. So I don't feel sorry for Ubisoft. All the hate that they are getting online, they absolutely deserve it. They absolutely deserve it. And I really do feel bad for anyone who paid for the crew and now has nothing. They don't even own the game. Ubisoft. I really hope that you can change your ways. I doubt it, because you know that almighty dollar. But if people want to sail the high seas, especially for Ubisoft games, I don't doubt you. I don't blame you. Might serve the company well. If they go bankrupt, belly up, they deserved it. So let me know what your opinion is on the comment section below. If you've owned the crew, tell me what you're experiencing, or tell me how you feel. And with that one, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.